Hello friends, Marcy here, and I am ready to share one component of the newest Goulet pens haul that I recently shared with you. I had a couple pens and a couple inks, and also the ink samples called Surprise Me. That was a free gift from Goulet for my birthday. I wanted to swatch those with you, but I'm anxiously awaiting the arrival of two new dip pens for my next swatching. And they're from Australia. They're Finesse from Pensive Pens, and they're from the designer Finesse. And so they've landed in America. I got an alert today. And so I'm anxiously awaiting the arrival of those. I'll put a picture here so you can see what they are. But they're very special dip pens. They actually have a nib feed in them. So I'm anxious to experience that and share it with you. Until then, I'm going to share with you one of my new pens, and this is the Diplomat Magnum. And I actually had to do a little bit of research at the Goulet website to find more information before I shared with you. And this pen, it's a very simple box. It's not a clamshell box. You know, it reminds me of the Lamy packaging where you have the external cardboard and it comes out clipped to a flat surface that is inserted on a slant or diagonal. So when I first opened the pen, I was looking for the name of the color. It's not really listed on the box. It does say John Doe, and in my recent research, I have discovered that John Doe is known as the labeling if you purchase outside of the US. And this pen is a Goulet exclusive. It's only branded for sale from Goulet, which is a US company. So that's kind of the little discrepancy here with the John Doe. But the actual name is Prismatic Purple. And months ago, during the summer, I started ordering purple pens for my new job, as purple was a color, the color at my new campus in my new district. Anyway, I admired this Prismatic Purple and I wanted to order it, but I was refraining because I had other purples. I had the Twisby, I had a Sailor, I had the Pilot Metropolitan. I had several other purple pens in my collection, and I was just kind of slowing down, like, here we go, let's enjoy. Anyway, this came available on Goulet's website on a special, and it wasn't really discounted in price. The price is only $24, very affordable. But it did come with a free bottle of ink, which I shared in my last video. It's the Private Reserve DC Pen Show. Okay, sorry, I had to step away from the camera and get this. Just to refresh your memory, it's the Private Reserve DC Super Show Blue ink. And I did open this box on camera with you. I actually received two, and the second one will be used as a giveaway on my channel. And talking about purple pens, this is my Pilot Metropolitan that I ordered when I wanted the Diplomat. The little Sailor Compass, the Coeco, and I think this is called something Lilac. I'll have to look that name up. And of course, the Twisby transparent purple that I carry in my very fun rickshaw pen sleeve that says, "No, you cannot borrow my pen." Haha. I love that. I get the most response from students, and it's so fun. So fun. Anyway, I'm gonna put those aside. Back to the Diplomat. This did come with okay, I'm not familiar with this pen. Hold on. I always forget if they're twist or snap cap. This did come with a converter that was actually loose in the box. And as you can see, it does have an ink window here. It's actually not lining up with the direction of the nib. And I do see a triangular beveled section here on the grip. I didn't notice that when I opened it before. But we do have the triangular beveled section on the grip, and unless, yeah, that is just not all the way tight. Let's unscrew this. As we discovered in my unboxing, this comes with an empty converter, which is very much appreciated. My Kaweco Perkeo came like that, and I appreciated that, because if you don't have the converter and you want to use bottled inks, it's much quicker to get to the empty converter. But it also comes with an inked converter. I'm sorry, an inked cartridge. Looks like it comes with the universal short blue ink. Okay, and let's see, when I did my research, it uses a standard international cartridge converter, and it has, put this back together. Actually, I'm gonna leave these out because we're gonna be using this today, because I'm gonna ink it up. And we'll do that. It has a Yovo stainless steel nib. And this one happens to be extra fine. I don't know how close I can get where you can see the detail on here. This is an extra fine nib. I'm gonna put these away because we're not gonna be using those, and tuck away the packaging. So in choosing the perfect ink, of course, having something that is blue and red that turns to purple, my first thought is, yeah, let's go with Organic Studio Nitrogen, which has been inked for the 3rd time in my new TWSBI VAC 700 in Iris, because the blue and the red sheen, everything just matches. I'm a matchy person on my inks and pens. But if you look at this Organic Studio sheen, it writes blue, but it sheens red. And oftentimes, if you look in the script here, the text, the blue and the red make purple, because that's the rules, you know? Anyway, when I saw this pen, I thought blue Prismatic, the blue and the purple. But for today, I've decided, because I already have the Organic Studio inked all the time in the TWSBI Iris, I'm looking at the Diamine Winter Miracle. Alexander Hamilton was a close second, but I already have that inked in another pen. So we're looking at Diamine Winter Miracle. And on these small bottles, these are sample vials, not my full bottles. My full bottles are in the front of the book, and they're noted by different stamp icons. So we're gonna go back to the pen. We're gonna look at this gorgeous color, and it is called Diamine Winter Miracle. I'm not sure if this was ever an ink and an inkvent an inkvent for a different calendar year. I know it was not in my 2022. It could have been 2021, 2020, 2019. Anyway, I think it's going to be gorgeous in this pen. So let's ink and write. And while I'm talking, I'm going to read a few more of my notes about, let's see, yeah, Sometimes I like to fill the converters with the needle syringe, but if there's a quicker writing experience if I just dip the whole nib unit in the ink. And this being a sample vial, it is quite full, so it should be fairly simple. All right, reading a few more of my notes about the Diplomat. It's an iridescent purple resin. There is a no slip lacquer matte finish. It has a Yoho stainless steel nib. It holds a standard international converter, as we can see here, and the color is a Goulet exclusive in the US. The diameter of the pen or body is 11.5 millimeters or 0.45 inches, almost a ½ inch in diameter. And the converter holds 0.55 milliliters. Not a huge amount, but I like to change my inks and have the opportunity to flush my inks quite often. Before I do this, I need to put my plunger, twist it all the way down, insert below the breather hole. I need to tilt it. Okay, that is a good fill, almost all the way, but we don't need it all the way. So I'm not, you could expel and try again, but I'm not going to because that's a really good amount. And it gives us an opportunity to change, flush and fill and change inks. So, all right, there, did you hear that click when I tightened the barrel on there? Now my ink window and my nib line up perfectly. So that was probably just user error before where I didn't have everything secure. All right, securing my ink sample bottle. We're gonna get to writing. Okay, and we're just using the Rhodia Dot Grid tablet today. And I wanna try a post. Okay, there's no screw on. This is a snap cap. And I guess you could post. It seems to post securely. The pen or the cap does not come off. This is the size if I post. It's really not too long. But unposted, it still seems to be a comfortable size. Oh, look at that beautiful Diplomat insignia on the top finial. I did not notice that before. All right, so we have okay. I hope you're close enough to see this, and I hope I'm not blurred. Let me try to get in a little closer. Diplomat Magnum. All right, this is an extra fine, and it is performing beautifully with the steel nib. This is extra fine, and the color is Prismatic. Purple. Actually, this nib, it just says extra fine, but it has enough bounce to it for line variation. It's almost like the most recent prayer that I got that was a calligraphy medium, because there is a line variation, and let's check that out here. A very thin horizontal lines and a thicker vertical line. Nice. All right, let's do some slow and fast. It keeps up with the ink flow. Let's check our ink, which is, I'll write that out in a moment, the Diamine Winter Miracle. But let's do a little bit of wetness. All right, this is the diamine. Okay, this nib in writing, it reminds me of a fine or extra fine nib on the Platinum or the Kawago pens. It is a steel nib, but there is a slight spring. It's not too stiff. There is a slight spring to it. Today is Monday. Wow, if you hear that noise, that's Remington. She's discovered a niche and she's taking care of that. So, Diplomat Magnum, extra fine, prismatic purple. I'm really glad that I purchased this pen. I'm actually glad that I waited on purchasing the pen because I got a better deal by waiting. And I'm just noticing the facets that are here on the grip section to give you a triangular grip. The facets are also on the body here. This is rounded and then a faceted flat, rounded, and a faceted flat spot. So two of those give you a flat two sides on that body. And as I continue to use this pen and learn more about it, I can always bring it back for review, but so far I'm very pleased with the purchase. It's a gorgeous pen. It's beautiful. It performs well. The ink flow, everything about it, I'm totally satisfied with that today. So thank you for joining me in unveiling the Diplomat Magnum Prismatic Purple. I really appreciate the time that you choose to spend with me. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.